This is the Weigh In Podcast by Ben Chestnut and the occasional pop-in Sebastian Romero. On this week's weigh-in, we have that Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios fight for years, and we're going to break down that whole fight card because, boy, was I not disappointed in the performance of Ryan Garcia. So that is what we have for you on this week's weigh-in. So if we jump right into this one, we jump right in. First and foremost, some O's were snatched this weekend. Let me say that. Some O's was snatched this weekend. So let's start at the bottom of how we feel. So let's get down to the bottom. So we had Joshua Edwards and B. Colanino. Joshua Edwards got the Vic. Let's see. A unanimous decision Vic. Now Muhammad versus David. Muhammad got the second round TKO body shot victory is what it says here. Now, for the Amari Jones and Luis Aris, I thought that was really good. I thought that was a really good one. I thought that was really good. And that was a corner stoppage. That was a corner stoppage, But if and for this other one, but Bedamir, Bedamir, I think that's how you say it, Bedamir. Bedamir, he was the Bedamir got the win. KO TKO victory for the WBA Continental America Super Middleweight title against Senna. That's another one, hey, that these were going some of the way. Frank Martin and Nair Albright, that ended in a draw. I thought Frank was going. This what surprised me, man. This what surprised me. I think I don't remember exactly what my prediction was, but it surprised me. Gary Russell beat Andy Chikora, and Hachikora. And you know what? Should have had more faith in Gary Russell because I thought Andy was going to win because Andy was undefeated. But as I said, that don't mean nothing. O's could be snatched at any point, and I think that in terms of that, the O's could be snatched at any point. So, I kind of think that's one of those things where it's like the O's can be snatched at any point. So, I kind of feel like that's one of them things that's just I don't remember exactly what my prediction was, but I'm pretty sure I thought Andy was going to win, and I got to have more faith in Russell. And this big one we all wanted to know about, this big one. Ryan Garcia absolutely pummeled Mario Barrios. Man, King Rye is back better than ever. And then what's crazy? Then I think it doesn't matter who called out who. Then he's calling out Shakur Stevenson like, yo, King Rye. Now this is what Devin Haney posted, y'all, because we gonna get on Devin Haney, Mister. I'm all that good Haney. So we gonna get on that Devin Haney. We gonna get on that. We gonna get on that Devin. Yeah, we gonna get on that Devin Haney grind, bro. We gonna get on that Devin Haney. we're gonna get on that Devin Haney because Devin Haney acting like he said Devin Haney Promotions posted uh Devin Haney Promotions. I think this is his real promotion, but either way, Devin Haney's promotion posted that face Devin Haney, at real Devin Haney versus the laced at King Rye round 2. The lace, bro. Devin Haney can't beat Ryan Garcia. He can't beat Ryan Garcia. He's steady looking for excuses. You're not gonna beat Ryan Garcia. Not the way Ryan was on Saturday night. No, 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 no. And he says him and Shakur is the biggest fight in boxing. First of all, I'm gonna be honest with you. Devin Haney will never beat Shakur Stevenson. That won't happen. Now, there was after the fight, Ryan Garcia was calling out Shakur Stevenson. Now I think is some money made fight. So I think if Devin Haney think like he gonna beat somebody, man, let Shakur whoop his butt and let Ryan Garcia whoop it for the second time. I don't care what happened the first time. I still think Ryan gonna whoop it again. You know, Ryan gonna whoop it again. He acting like he all that good. The time I called somebody better than somebody, and then he turned around and said he want Keyshawn. He in the same post. You definitely not ready for no Keyshawn. You ain't ready for no Keyshawn. You ain't ready for no Keyshawn, man. I don't know. They putting out stuff like that. I'm trying to get credit. I'm trying to get credit where it's due, but like at the same time, it's not gonna happen. Damn, bro. I'm looking at Devin Haney's gym, bro. I don't even think it's Devin Haney's gym right now. Is what he got them Nike, whatever gym he's in, got them Nike bumper plates, man. That's a real good right there, man. Them Nike bumper plates. The, man, Nike makes some equipment now. I don't know why y'all can't sleep on that Nike equipment now. It look pretty cool and good. It look pretty good, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Man, Nike makes some good weights. But let's get back to the task at hand here. The task at hand here, talking about how I believe that no matter what matchup Ryan gets, I think it's gonna be good. I think I would rather see Ryan whoop Devin Haney's behind first. I would rather see him go whoop Devin Haney first. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Devin Haney keep talking like nobody can beat him, and you got beat before, brother. You got beat before. And he keep talking like nobody can beat him. Well, I don't care if it's Ryan. I don't care if it's Shakur. I don't care if it's Keyshawn. One of the three of them need to just go ahead and zip his mouth closed. They need to go over there. They need to beat him and see what excuse he tried to come up with after. Don't come up with the King Rye excuse. He was on something he wasn't supposed to be. Get out of here. Because, all to that situation without getting into all of that really, um, you know, basically he was taking something he shouldn't, and or at least Ryan was. But my thing is, they knew this way before fights because it was not just once; it was multiple times of negative testing, in that regards, and that's why I'm kind of like, You put that fight on knowing that, and then you went after you got beat, and then used that as an excuse to get your O back. Right after that, I had no respect. You know, he didn't make weight on the scale. You knew he tested positive for this, that. But you still put the fight on because you was worried about the money. Then when you got beat, you're like, oh, no, 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 no. I want to see somebody beat Devin Haney. Mind you, I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen because I think Devin Haney is not. I think Devin Haney's not all that. And I get a lot of people might not agree with me, but listen, listen. King Rye tore him up. I'm saying Shakur Stevenson will tear him up. My boy Keyshawn Davis, I like him as a boxer. He gonna tear him up. Don't get me wrong. He gonna tear him up. You know, I just feel like in terms of that put him up against somebody. Put him up against good people, not them people you know you can beat. Put him in there with these money fights, and let's see if he win. Let's get that. Let's get that Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia too. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it rolling. Let Let's get it rolling. Do the Dana White right now. Make twos and threes and matchups. Do the Dana White. I want to see twos and threes. Go ahead and do that Dana White. I want to see twos and threes. I want to see them twos and threes. That's what I'm talking about. I want to see them as best as I can. That's what I'm saying. I want to see them twos and threes. I want to see them because at this point, like you're gonna turn around, you're gonna talk the talk. You feel me? You're gonna talk the talk, but you can't do it. I know what everybody says that, oh, they still think Devin Haney could win. Devin Haney's really good. Devin Haney this, Devin Haney that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't believe Devin Haney can beat Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson, or Keyshawn Davis. I just don't think so. I don't think so. I think we're in a time right now where, first of all, I don't even think Devin Haney beat Lomachenko. And I talk about that so much because I know. I know because I don't believe he could beat him, and I don't believe he could beat him because he couldn't. That's how it is, bro. Like I just don't think in any way Devin Haney gonna be able to do what he did. Be able to go in there and make work of anybody for that matter. I think it's only a matter of time before somebody snatches his own. And they gonna do it too if they don't try to come up with another excuse to get it back like they did last time. That's what they did last time. They came up with the excuse. They said, "Oh, wait, 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 wait. No, 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 no. This one wasn't like how he was supposed to." Man, I don't even. It's like, yeah, yeah, he was, but at the same time, you should have lost to Lomachenko. So I just see that if they whatever Ryan chooses in his next venture, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good for King Rye. I would like to see him go and whoop Devin Haney, but if he gets in there against Shakur, I'm not disappointed at all because that I'm okay with. Because either way, I want to see good fights moving forward from Ryan. I want to see a good Ryan Garcia moving forward. I want to see him be his best self, and I think we were able to see that Saturday night. We were able to see a version of Ryan Garcia that we have not seen in a long while, and he's a world champ right now. You know, so Ryan was able to go in there and not only win the fight but snatch the belt. So the belt was snatched. So I really feel like for Ryan Garcia, he did exactly what he needed to do to get his victory, and And I think that's a good thing for Ryan. You know, I really do like. I like that Ryan was able to get in there and do exactly what any most would be able to do, and that is go in there and prove that King Rye he wasn't there to take part in no festivity. He was there to take over. He was there to take over, and I like that about Ryan Garcia. He was there to take over. He was there to take over, and I like that about him. You know, I like that about Ryan that he went in there and he didn't really take part in nothing. He wasn't really there to kind of say, hey, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Um, he was there to kind of he was there to do he was there to be the best version of Ryan Garcia, and that's what if you're anybody, that's the only thing you can understand that was pretty good. That was pretty good. And I liked it too. I liked how Ryan went out there and did what he had to do. That's a good Ryan Garcia fight to go out there and do. I mean, he ain't get the knockout. It wasn't no knockout, but at the same time, the time I knew Ryan was gonna win that fight was when he dropped him in the first what 30 seconds under the first 45 seconds of the fight. Fight first get started, Ryan dropped him already. And that's when I said Ryan's gonna win this fight. Ryan gonna win this fight. You just start and you already on the ground and you can't even handle him already. I'm like, no, Ryan gonna win this fight. Ryan gonna win this fight. Ryan is gonna win this fight, and that's exactly what I believed that King Rye was gonna that Ryan was gonna win the fight, and I'm like, I was like, yeah, Ryan gonna win this. Yeah, he's definitely gonna win this. That's when I was like, yeah, Ryan gonna win this. That's when I said Ryan's gonna win this. Ryan gonna do what he got to do, and that's why I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't disappointed into what happened. Like, shit. Like I said, there was some good events, there was some good stuff, and I wasn't disappointed, y'all. I wasn't disappointed at all with that Ryan Garcia stuff. I really wasn't. I really wasn't at all. And I think in terms of everybody, that was a good Ryan Garcia fight. Now moving forward, I want to see who he's gonna fight next. Because that's something that I know everybody's been kind of chatting and chatting and talking about. I really I know they want to set up Shakur. I want to see him beat Devin Haney. I want to see him snatch that O at Devin Haney because he's talking too much. He's talking too much and too soon for him to be that good. Somebody just need to go over there and just somebody need to like I said somebody need to shut him up. So that's something that I look at it and I'm like, all right, we got to see. So I think it's definitely something interesting, to see who. I think it's definitely going to be something interesting, no matter how they draw it out. No matter how they draw it out, it's gonna be interesting, and I like it. I want to see what's next for King Rye. I want to see what King Rye gonna do next. That's something that, I want to see from Ryan Garcia. So I'm thinking, in terms of like we said, it was a really good for Ryan. I like the way he fought. Now we're gonna talk about this fight moving forward. That there are three potential good opponents for Ryan. You could go Devin Haney, you could go Shakur Stevenson, or you could go now if Ryan Garcia fights Keyshawn, now that's I feel like it's possible. I don't think Ryan will beat Keyshawn, but I don't know because I have more faith in Keyshawn. If Ryan Garcia fight Keyshawn, I'm gonna have Keyshawn in that fight, but I'm not gonna count out Ryan Garcia because the performance we saw this weekend was a truly really good Ryan Garcia. It was a like he got back to his roots, back to the basics as I like to call them, and that's something that's really good that I like is that Ryan got straight back to the basics. And that's the one thing I like about him is that he got back to the basics on that. When you get back to them basics, you working pretty good. You working really good. Ryan got back to them basics, and I like that. He got back to all them basics, and he did exactly what he had to do. You know, so I think it's I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be real good in terms of what happens, and I would believe that we're gonna have to monitor that social medias moving forward to see who breaks that announcement. But I think it's gonna break. I think they're gonna break. Who's gonna break that announcement? It's gonna break. They're gonna break though. They're gonna break though. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens of it. We'll see what comes of it. But I I'm not disappointed. If you didn't see it, that's kind of why I'm being very vague because this fight just happened. And if you didn't see it, and you're gonna go see the fight after the fact, go ahead and do that. I didn't want to kind of take away. I kind of give y'all the results without giving you truly what happened on at least this one. Most of the fights, I will give you more than what you need to know. But I'll tell you right now that it's definitely gonna be interesting because Devin Haney talking about he want to fight this person, that person, but he picking fights with people that he know he can beat, people that he can beat. We're not getting put him in there against Shakur. He not gonna win. I'm telling you, Devin Haney not gonna win. But he's not gonna win. Especially the way Shakur was in his last fight. Mm-mm. And then he talked about Keyshawn in another fight he won. He can't beat Keyshawn either. Man, Devin Haney out like he's the top out of that whole group. That I think that's the I saw it on Instagram. I'll pull it back up. I'll pull it back up. I'll pull it back up. You know, that's the one thing I'm gonna say. Devin, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. It said, Devin Haney got history with the 147 division. He can't beat anybody in the 147 division. He can't beat nobody in the 147. Who? Who? You ain't beat Ryan Garcia because that you still ain't beat him. Whether they took the win away from Garcia, you still didn't beat him. You ain't beating Shakur, and I think they named Keyshawn, and you ain't beating Keyshawn. So please tell me who you gonna beat in the 147. Just because you sparred Shakur a long time ago, you think you the dog to beat him? Devin Haney cannot beat Shakur. That's something that I'm gonna say. There's some boxers they talk, and I'm like, I'm okay with them talking the talk. Like Ryan Garcia, you talk the talk, and when you get humble, you lose, you okay. And then there's all in a class by himself, Devin Haney. When he lose, he looking for the excuse. Like with King Rye, they came out, because he beat him, they found something. Like, really? Really? When he stepped on the scale, you knew he was overweight. You knew the night before he was positive. Why you still want to put it on? I feel like if no, it's wrong. I feel like the other fighters should still, still should be disciplinary action. But if let's put it like this way: if B fighter, because they always say there's an A and B. If B fighter, he tests positive, he overweight, and A fighter still wants to put on that fight, well, I feel like yes, he should still get, B fighter should still get disciplinary. But if A fighter still wants to go into a fight knowing that there is going to be an advantage, you still went in there. I don't think you should snatch the win for that. And I know a lot of you might not agree with me on that because, some cases, it's a good thing, some cases it's a bad thing. But I just feel like I kind of hated how that went because the effort was done for the win. But don't get me wrong, that was a version of Ryan we ain't kind of like. You feel me? Because he wasn't really like he wasn't focused like he is now. Like he was just, it was Wild Ryan. That's what I call him. I call Wild Ryan, Wild Garcia. And we kind of have a more focused Garcia right now. It's more of a focused Garcia. And I think if they did that fight now, I think we'd still get the same result. So we still get the same result. I still think Ryan will win over Devin Haney, but let's make sure, Ryan, let's cross our T's and dot our I's so that they don't come up with no BS in the end. They don't come up with nothing in the end. They don't come up with nothing in the end. So they don't come up with nothing, because they seem to, when they get beat, they love to come up with something or find a way to get the win. I want to make sure they don't come up with nothing because they always love to come up with something. So, because the way they love to, whoa, this what happened, that what happened. Man, you got beat. That's what happened. You got beat. Then they wanted the video removed from one of the platforms it was on. Like, yo, you got smacked. We got the video, and that's always gonna stay where it's supposed to be. No matter what you turn around and want to get at Ryan for, we still got that video. And at the end of the day, we gonna get another one too. When y'all had that too, that Devin Haney Garcia too, we gonna get another video on that one. You ain't gonna be able to find a reason. No, no. No, no, not this time. And that's why I say stuff like that. That's why I say stuff like that. That's why I say what I say, y'all. That's why I say what I say, y'all, because it's true. What the kind of King Rye that we got that night was a really good King Rye. And amidst the fact that everybody says he's juiced up, that's a better word to use. They like to, he's juiced up. He juiced himself up. Really. Well, I still think juice, no juice, King Rye's going to win. That's simple. King Rye's going to win. Juice, no juice, King Rye wins. And I think that, so that is just, so, I mean, either way, y'all, I wanted to come on and give you that epi. Nonetheless, whether I think, the way it goes, I know some of y'all have been going back and forth about this style we get at in these epis and how you want them. So we're definitely gonna figure some of that out. So We'll be figuring some of that out. For sure. We're gonna figure some of that out. So we're gonna for sure get that done. 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 So for y'all, this, you know, we're gonna make these episodes better. Don't worry. I know the goal this year is to improve the setup, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. You know, we're gonna get there. But for y'all, you know, this is just, like I said, yet another epi to y'all. I'd like to bring these to y'all. You know, that was a good Garcia fight. I suggest go seeing that because it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. You know, like I say, on the weigh-in, I provide you guys my opinion. My opinion may not, well, 90, I would like to say 70, 80, 90% of the time is not a fact. Time it's a fact is where I tell you I read it from this website, that. That's the time it's a fact. But I give my opinion a lot. And that's because, you know, I truly do enjoy doing these for you guys. And I enjoy, you know, posting, editing, and all of this is just a lot of fun. And I enjoy it so much. So with that being said, this is another epi for y'all. If you didn't see the last ones, I would catch up because, you know, it's 2 a week. So, you know, it's gonna be a lot soon because I heard somebody tell me that, say, oh, I'm not caught up. Catch up. But either way, this is the weigh-in by Benoit Chestnut and the occasional pop-in Sebastian Romero. And this is all I got for you. Weighing out. The weigh-in, where stories